Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. So today's video is actually going to be interesting because I actually have to make a script for it. And that is well, that is not it is, you don't have to beat them. Just don't play their game. And this is a video on the stock market because if you guys notice, the stock market is at all-time high. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've quit the stock market 10 times and I still come back to it. But I think for now, I have a plan, which I'm going to go in the future as to why how I'm beating this urge to just keep stock trading. Because the truth is that it's a game. You know, the moves up and the moves down are controlled. Of course, to the favor of the majority, which are the top 1%, 93% of the people that own stocks have a lot of money, and you know they want to make a lot more money. So what do? Well, they control the market to their favor, which is to go up and the dollar go boom. So you have to understand this stuff, man. And at first you kind of want to have, with all the stuff that's going on with the economy, how people are having trouble finding jobs, including myself. I've been having trouble finding jobs, with people being priced out of homes, people having so much debt, and the interests being so high. And no longer can you look into the future and say the future is gonna be better. No, you're like, the future is, it's gonna be bad. Yet today you don't see it, right? If the stock market is so ahead of everything, why is the stock market at all-time high? Isn't it supposed to be going down if they can see the future? Well, the truth is they can't see the future. What they can see is how can they screw today for their tomorrow, and that's what they're doing. They're ruining things. And one of the ways that I wanted to go against this economy, and I call me bearish, I know, whatever. I wanted to short the market. I thought it was expensive. I thought it was going to be, I thought 2025 is the year that it's finally gonna correct a little bit, and it hasn't. I mean, so far it is. Let's see, July 1st, 2025. The stock market's all-time high. For all you know, next month it could be going down, but I don't know. So yeah, the stock market is currently very, very close to all-time high, if not all-time high at the moment. And the urge to short it, the urge to want to put the little money that I have and just short the market because everything is bad and it's only gonna get worse. And you might be right. It is bad. It's bad for you, for the poor people, for the middle class, but for the top people, the people that have assets, is it really bad? Not really. And will it ever be bad for them? Perhaps. But if the dollar goes down in value, which it is likely to do in the future, then what is it going to go up? The assets are going to go up. If the government sees that things are going to get bad, what is the government going to do? It is going to prepare for things to get bad, and it's going to front run or have a tool in case the bad time comes. So you can't beat the game. I have to put this in my head sometimes because I want to short it. I want to short it so badly. I want to just go puts weekly because I don't have a lot of money, and just wait for that confirmation on the charts. Look for a daily cross that breaks the uptrend, and I just want to go ham on those puts. But you're going to lose. Even if you win for a day, the next day you're going to lose because the thing is, it's a game. A game that favors the house, which is the people that control the assets. Who controls the assets? The government. The stock shareholders, the top 1%. They control the stuff, and therefore they can make it go down and they can make it go up in a way that benefits them. No matter how bearish you are, you with your $1, $5, $10,000 is not going to be able to catch it perfectly at the top and at least logically take it go down. No, it's going to fuck you up on the way down. So you know what I mean? Like it's not fair. It's not just going to go down and then continue going down. No, it's going to do these moves that are going to shake you out and they're going to mess you up. So if the future is dim and you can see it because you're smart and you can see that things aren't big because you're a normal person, and you might have the urge to short it, I recommend you to not do it because you're not going to catch it. Even if you do catch it, all they have to do is just pump it up. They pump it up in the money. Like just a few weeks ago, right? What happened with the shock of the war or the negative GDP that actually read more than they expected? Doesn't matter. It didn't matter. You know why it didn't matter? Because it wasn't in their agenda. It wasn't in their game. The news didn't shock them because they hold the assets. So they're like, well, these news are bad, but we hold the assets, so we're not gonna sell them. Any bear would have been celebrating that stuff. In a normal market, people would have been like, yeah, that's the reason for things to go down. But it didn't. And it will not, because it's already gone. This game is already too rigged, guys. You have to understand that the game is no longer a game. They already control it. They already can tell what the future will do, and they can control that future. Unless like something very unexpected happens, this is not gonna go down. It's gonna only go up in the future. And yes, there will be dips, and yes, there will be corrections, but the corrections are gonna be this compared to, you know, the gain. That's always how it's been. You know, when the tariffs happened, that 20% correction. Do you think that wasn't crafted? Do you think that wasn't simply an exchange of power between two different parties? And then once the power was done, once they got their loans and they stuffed their wallet, they stopped their positions, they got them the money ready, boom, the next day at 10%. Do you think that makes sense? Do you think that wasn't crafted? It's all planned. It's all planned, guys. I mean, I sound like a crazy person right now, but it's a game that favors what the rich are doing. If you don't have the assets, don't play their game. If you don't have the control they have, don't play their game. And that's what I'm going to do from this point on. And I've said this to myself a long time, and I'm still fighting it. But I'm going to stick to it because I'm making this video, and that's my goal for this video. I'm not going to play their game. If you don't play their game, you win. That's all you got to do. Don't try to catch their tops. Don't try to join them, because of course for you to make your 10% gain, they make a lot more money than that, you know. Just stick to what works for you and do that. And for me, what works for me is putting all my money in companies that I believe long term, that aren't correlated to the stock market. You'll see what I mean in a future video. And just believe, and just dollar cost average and compound and save and save and save, and don't play their game. They will tempt you with these up moves and their down moves and these consolidations and these news that sound scary, or these, oh, things are gonna go bad, but no, they don't go bad. They save it again, you know, because it's a game. It's like I said, it's just a game, and they will keep doing this. They will keep trying to make you, the poor people, you the ones that have under 100,000, 200,000. They're gonna keep making you lose money. They want you, in fact, this is what they want, and this is the truth. They want you to go work your job, what you work for a rich person, for a billionaire. They want you to take that money and give it your opportunity in the stock market. And then what they want you is to put it in options so you have a shot at winning. But you don't actually have a shot at winning. If you do have a shot at winning, you win this compared to what they make. So are you really winning this game? No, you're not. You're not. You're never going to win this game. Even if they give you a little bit, then you're going to want more and more and more. And all it takes is just one correction from them, and you're done. You're busted. All your hard work goes to zero. Yeah, do I have to say anything? Just look at Wall Street bets. These people, right? The only posts that you see there are either getting wiped out or having amazing winning streaks just to get more people in it. And then when they do, well, they try to, you know, the market makers, they can see all this stuff. They have quant computers and stuff like that. They can see what the majority of people are doing, and then they go against them. They literally either chop it, so they keep it in the center. So not if too many people are bullish, they're gonna try to prevent it go for bullish. They're gonna keep it under bullish, and if it goes to bearish, they're gonna try to keep it above bearish. Unless it's a coordinated effort, then they're gonna try to boost it up. And I mean, you can see how much money they're making, because look at Robinhood lately. Like, Robinhood has destroyed expectations. Robinhood, the little app, the gambling app, that thing is at $100. You would never imagine Robinhood to be at $100. I always thought it was like a $40, $50 stock. Yet look where it is. And you know why, right? The reason is because so many people are gambling their weekly paychecks, their, you know, whatever they make, and they're buying options either for the upside or the downside because they think they have a shot at making money. And the truth is, they might make money, but on the long term, wah. And that's the truth. You're not gonna win, guys. So again, just don't play their game. Don't play the game, because the game is a trap. It's a lie. It's an illusion. It's let's say it, a scam. It's a scam, because if for you to win, so many have to lose, and for those to lose, you have to win, then nobody wins. Only the ones that make the game. And who are the ones that make the game? The shareholders, top 1%, the people that control the market. And these people, over the long term, are always going to win. So you have to either join them strategically, which means you help them get more powerful, which will further make you, the people that work poorer and poorer. That's literally what's been happening. Or you don't play their game and you stick to what works for you. Because 5-10 years ago, the stock market, it didn't have this much power. It didn't have this much power over people. It didn't. It really didn't. People would buy properties, they would expand in their businesses, and they would grow that way. But in the last 5-10 years, what's been happening is the stock market has gone up a lot. A lot of people saw this as a way to make money, and a lot of people fell for the scam. They got trapped by it, and the next thing you know, now we got a bunch of hookies, that people that are addicted to it, trying to beat it when the game is rigged. And they're even expanded now to sports and stuff like that, which is just crazy. I should have seen this coming, guys. Like the moment I saw the GameStop thing happen, I should have seen that. Retail lost. Retail will always lose. They lost on the GameStop. In crypto, they lost. However, there's an opportunity for crypto for 2026, which I'm gonna get in the future into. And they're now losing on options, and they're losing on shorting the market. They're losing on everything. The hedge funds always win. The government that controls this, that helps the rich become richer, always wins. You lose. You always lose, because it's just how the game's designed. It's designed to make you lose. And even the people that are in quote successful, right? They own homes, or they own like the nice car. What do they have to do to get that stuff? They have to pay interest. And that interest, that's the banks. And who controls the banks? People with a lot of money. So in the end, it all leads to them. Like, you would think it would be from the top to the bottom and everybody would get some. No, it's the other way. It's from the bottom. All this supports the top. And you would think they're trying to castrate the bottom, right? No, they're trying to replace the bottom with technology. That's what they're trying to do. They're going to do that, and they're going to do it in the next 10 to 20 years. The bottom is just going to be just a bunch of consumers that you give them just enough to survive, but you don't give them enough to prosper. And they've done these experiments for a lot of years, but now they tried it again, right? They tried it again with the stimulus check, and what happened? A lot of inflation happened, so it wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. They have to find a way to continue to produce assets and go up, and then they have to find a way to sustain the bottom, or just make the bottom irrelevant. AI, make the bottom irrelevant. We'll see what happens in the next 10 to 20 years. I'm looking forward to the horrendous opportunities that will happen, because there will be opportunities, but we'll see. So yeah, guys, I know it sounds like a crazy video. It's very weird, but I've been having trouble with the stock market. I looked at it so many times, and I know it's a game. I know it's rigged, and sometimes I feel like I should just go in, but I have to stick to what works. What works is, having a job or a side gig or whatever form of income, and putting that money into assets that aren't a bet, but are a long-term, a speculative move that you think is going to happen. And I know this is going to happen. So why am I trying to front load or fight against these people that have a rigged game? No, just stick to what works for you. Whatever it is, working on your YouTube channel, whether it's buying some stock, maybe you really like owning technology stocks, maybe you owning the S&P 500, or maybe you have a business. Put all your effort into that business. Why are you putting your effort into the stock market? Why are you trying to gamble against the stock market when you got your own business to worry about? And I know this is for a very, very small minority of people, but if you've been in the market and you know how things are, and you've seen the truth, you're just tempted to you want this system to be fair, but it's not. It's never going to be, as long as the current meta exists. And as tempting as it is to fight it, you're never gonna beat it, So what you gotta do is just don't play their game. Don't play the game. Stick with what works for you. They're gonna tempt you with these gains. They're trying to tempt you with these news. They're gonna tempt you with, the opportunities you're missing out. Oh, you missed on 20% gains this week. Oh my God. You know what 20% of 100,000 would be 20,000, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So before I keep saying the same stuff over and over again, guys, just don't play the game. Whatever you do, don't play the game. And stick to what works. You do that, and you're going to win. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this short video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.